Greetings to our viewing audience and welcome once again to another episode, our spring finale episode of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News, where we give you the very best in community news, events, and also topics that's relating to the global LGBTQ diaspora. And of course, this is the founder of the world's first LGBTQ exclusive talent agency and production company here on the line, on the set, at the studio office, as you can see. And things are happening. We're so excited about what's going on. Happy Pride Month. Happy Juneteenth weekend, because we're recording this on Juneteenth weekend. Of course, Juneteenth was yesterday, this past Friday. And so we're just so happy that we're still alive and breathing. And for more information about what's going on with us, if you haven't had a chance to check out our our two-part premiere release for our global publication, Meak Pro Magazine, please check that out right now at www.meakproductions.lgbt. All of that information should be located at the bottom of your screen. Don't forget to visit us on all of our social media outlets and also give us a call if you're interested in our services, interested in registering with our agency, or interested in being a special guest on our show. 1-855-MEAK-PRO. Once again, that's 1-855-632-5776. Once again, all of that information should be located at the bottom of your screen. We're so happy to have returning guests, and I'm getting ready to unmute them right now. Returning guests, the executive team of Southern Unity Movement Incorporated, the official home of the annual By Russ and Audre Lorde Community Breakfast and the annual Stonewall Soul event, which is coming. Actually, it's coming soon. And I'm going to make a joke about this because for some strange reason, I thought it was this Saturday today. And come to find out, we got way more weeks before one more week before it started. So it's going to actually be Saturday, June the 27th, the last weekend in Pride Month. So please stay tuned for that. For more information, you can always go to their website at www.southernunity.org, and that information is located at the bottom of your screen. Darlene Hudson and Stephanie is in the building, on the line, on the Zoom. Y'all with us? Make sure we get y'all unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I want to make sure, Stephanie, I think I need you to unmute, baby.
Hey.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, hey.
Now, first time having you on the show, darling. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. And can I just make a quick correction? You were introducing the executive team from Southern Unity Movement. Well, there's only one executive person here, and
Okay.
that's Rochelle Darlene Hudson. I'm just a volunteer.
You just a volunteer.
For this particular program, but I'm glad to be here.
No, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're still hanging on in there. You've been supporting the movement for a long time, and even a long time. So we're just gonna keep it like that and stuff. So we're just glad to have you on the line and stuff. What's happening with you, Darlene, my Scorpio?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Only you could stir us on a Saturday morning this early. But
this early.
It's good. You can get a lot of things done. I feel refreshed rather than waiting till the end of the day. So thank you for accommodating us with these hectic schedules. And I am glad to have the program chair for the Stonewall Soul on board, Stephanie Steele. Her and the team have been doing an excellent job with the planning. So we're ready to tell you all about it, and let's see if we can, spread the word a little bit further about the contributions of Black LGBTQ people, not only during June Pride Month, our contributions there, but also, just in an overall way, our contributions to this country. Because we're going to bring that piece, because we're going to kind of look at all of it. June Pride, Juneteenth, the 250th, all of that. So
cool. Let's get started. And for those people that can actually see in my office right now, you should see something familiar.
I see it back there. I was gonna comment on it. I see you were the recipient of the Russ and Lorde Legacy Award.
That's right.
Congratulations. How about that?
And speaking of that, the reason why I pointed that out, because I want us to talk about the huge success from the 25th anniversary of the Russ and Lorde Breakfast, which featured the Legacy Awards. And that was a wonderful, wonderful culmination of 25 years of excellence, 25 years of resilience and consistency. And I'm just grateful and thankful to you. Shout out to brother Craig Washington. Shout out to E. Maurice Cook and everybody that's been involved with this whole movement since its beginning. So I know you really haven't had a chance to really talk about how you felt about everything now that everything is over and done with. What was your feelings when it came to this 25th anniversary of the Rustin Lord Breakfast?
Well, I'm just going to tell you to keep it very simple. I was just glad it was over. I was just glad it was over, honey. I was just like, thank you, God, once again for bringing us through.
Yes.
Because I don't think people really understand the struggle. I thoroughly believe that the breakfast is a needed entity, but it's work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work. And trying to get people on board to just volunteer to do things, it can be challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But we were able to bring together a team of people. I don't do it by myself. To bring together a team of people who actually work to pull that 25th off. You know, there were days I was like, oh, I sure hope I got enough money. But you know, every time the Lord moves, the
Mm-hmm.
sponsors give, some give less. But we had 2 new sponsors come on. Wasn't big sponsors, but they were 2 new sponsors that came on. And that just encourages me to know that there will be other entities that will come on. And whether the breakfast is some huge, drawing 500 people, you know how much it costs to feed 500 people?
Yeah.
Bacon and eggs, vegan breakfast, children's breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Just food alone is enormous.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we're just very grateful to this universe for yielding its kindness toward the breakfast, because I don't care how cold it is somebody at that door at 7 o'clock, an hour before we even open the doors, an hour before we even arrive, standing there waiting to get that cup of coffee and to begin to engage and network with other people and see people who they haven't seen. Paula Hernandez called this the family reunion, so to speak, for Atlanta as it relates to Black LGBTQ people. And please note, our allies are very much present. We have a strong presence there. It's intergenerational. You're there. And Miko, thank you so much for what you do in regards to the videography. Man, you know how to capture us and you know how to put that image out there. And the videos, I think, I've seen your growth. I've seen it. I've 25 years I've been watching. So just the whole growth of the whole piece. And even though you didn't start out with video in the very beginning, I've just watched your growth in your industry. And so I just want to, congratulate you on your award, because you have been there, and between you and Maurice, you all have captured us and been able to present us not just here in Atlanta, but in this United States and even in the world. Because I have friends in South Africa who have told me that they have gone back and checked the website and seen the video and hoping that they could come one day. So,
Wow.
So yes, thank you.
And I'm glad that first of all, thank you, because it's people like you all that inspire me. And in speaking of that inspiration, I speak the name of the late and the great brother Alvin Agarat, who was, I think, one of y'all first videographers to actually start to capture on the video end. We started on the radio end. Yeah, well, that's how we got our start first before we even started doing video. So you're absolutely correct. So I want us to make sure I speak his name and some other people that, I know we had a chance to honor them throughout the breakfast and stuff. Of course, like the late Bishop Troy Sanders. We had a chance to honor him and some other people I know who have passed on and stuff like that. And I know you can mention them. Go ahead.
No, I just said Jillian.
Yeah, Jillian, of course,
Dr.
yes.
Jillian Ford.
Jillian Ford.
That
long-term
that just really captured me. I'm like, yeah, brilliant mind. Yeah.
Because matter of fact, I think the first time I even met Jillian Ford was actually at the breakfast. because I don't recall me meeting her anywhere else, but it's like it's something about I always saw Jillian at that breakfast, and I think that was my first time meeting Jillian
Right.
at the breakfast. So
Right.
yeah, so that
Yeah,
she was like
Jillian
one of
was
those.
our volunteer coordinator for a couple of years. She actually inherited from oh, now I want to call her name and can see her face and can't call it, but she inherited that role and just took it on and just went with it.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it was Tracy, the other Tracy, trans girl. But at any point, before I go to trying to call names, um, yeah, and she took that on, and the warm smile, and and she brought in people too. That's part of that volunteer coordinator, who she was able to recruit people and bring them in as well. So we really do miss Jillian's presence, as
Absolutely.
well as all of them. Alvin just, he just kind of wander around and just
Mhm.
you don't even know what he's doing, just clicking and record. We got the same problem over here,
You got
Nets,
Nets too.
Nets. Just like
That
try
just
not to
it's like it's just
try
all
not.
of a sudden.
It's that time of year. That's
And
Yeah.
that
Stephanie be
time of year.
fanning up there in the minute. We're like,
And you're like, where you come
so
from?
so disrespectful.
Okay.
But anyway,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
I
back to it.
love it. Let's talk about before we get into what to expect on this upcoming June 27th with this year's annual Stonewall. So let's go back in time to find out, okay, what was the inspiration with the inaugural Stonewall? So talk about that a little bit.
Well, we recognize Craig was still on board at that time.
Hmm.
And we talked about, what could we do as it relates to our Black LGBTQ people.
Hmm.
And, how do we begin to highlight those stories? So I recall it was Craig, a couple of women from the Sister Song. Um, they came together and had some discussion. They were actually at my house. And from there, we began to talk about the engagement, the involvement of Marsha P., Sylvia Riera, and several others. And so then they decided, you know what, they came up with this name. I was like, Stonewall Soul, that's cute.
Hmm.
And then they added on, and see, that gives it the cultural piece there. And then it added on a rhetorical riot because they wanted to give you some framework on exactly what the evening would consist of. Now that I put it's under my umbrella now. I just thought it would continue, and to continue in that same vein, I thought that it would be absolutely wonderful or great to bring all of our talents, can't get everybody, but some segment of these talents into play, from visual arts to the vocals to poetry to spoken word to fashion, food, decorum, how we like it, and kind of recreate our own Stonewall event and call it Stonewall Soul. And so we started out, it had good reception, it was, people enjoyed it. And then COVID hit.
Mm.
And so then we didn't do it, for maybe 2 years later. And then we picked it back up. We were able to squeeze together a few coins and produce, because, it costs something. Ain't nobody giving away free space these days. Um, so it costs something. And so we're happy that this will be the third one. It's going to be at the Art Exchange.
Where y'all
That's over there
started.
off, huh?
Well, y'all had the
Exactly.
first one.
The very first one,
Hmm.
exactly. That's where all of them have been. So this is only three. So I'm hoping that
Well, you had one at you was able to have one at the Center for Human Civil and Human Rights one year. Remember that? Because that was when we first
and
started
Miko, you
recording.
are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. Because yeah, Renee and Wally
Uh-huh.
organized that one. Sure did.
Yeah. And with the assistance of shout out to Brother Timothy West. And I know
Yes,
he's involved with this year's one as well, correct?
absolutely. So this is not the third one. This is actually the fourth one.
Yeah, that's for the fourth one.
Thank you. That's when you're the historian. Don't leave us together. Stephanie, let's be corrected. Because all I
Yeah.
counted was the first one, the second one, And I skipped over Wally them and to this one. Yeah, I skipped over
Well,
Wally. But this
that's
is the
why
third year there.
that's why documentation is important, whether it's audio, video, written. Yeah. Yes.
Right. Well,
Someone to keep the
this
record.
is
So
hey,
Miko
this is
clearly is on top of it.
he's the historian. And here I what can I say? Amen.
Amen.
And I'm glad that you're here. I don't, I'm not bothered. I can't remember everything. But now we got people all through this universe like you that can capture and get the information. So whether I can tell it, you will be able to tell it.
And another
But
thing
I'm gonna try to get it right now. I'm gonna get it right now.
Yeah.
You're tuned in to Meak Productions syndicated shows. Don't go anywhere. We do have more in store.
Presenting the premier magazine of the world's first LGBTQ exclusive talent agency. Available in 4 languages. Download now online.
Hey there, this is George Carlton, President of the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals. Are you looking to expand your business, seeking employment connections, or want to grow your professional network but don't love traditional networking? The map is right for you. As Atlanta's first LGBTQ+ business association, we pioneered partnerships and networking with Atlanta's leading changemakers to help you connect authentically, in person and online, with people from diverse industries, identities, and histories. For more information about membership and being part of our legacy, visit our website at www.maapatl.org. Once again, that's mapatl.org. We look forward to connecting with you real soon.
Meak Productions is proud to be an official media partner for this organization.
The 2-part premier publication of the world's first LGBTQ exclusive talent agency is now available. Get yours now and happy Pride!
Welcome entrepreneurs and business colleagues to the Out Georgia Business Alliance, Georgia's only LGBTQ+ and allied Chamber of Commerce. Formerly known as the Atlanta Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, Out Georgia advocates for the most inclusive and equitable business environment. We provide support and resources to fuel economic growth and drive meaningful community connections across the state of Georgia. For more information about membership and the legacy of our organization, please visit us online at outgeorgia.org. Once again, that's outgeorgia.org. Come join us. We look forward to networking with you real soon.
Meak Productions is proud to be an official media partner for this organization.
Another thing that's different with this Stonewall Soul, that's different from the Rustin Lord Breakfast is what I love about Stonewall Soul is that it highlights more of the creative, the artistic, and the small businesses, the entrepreneurial side of our community, where even though there's some features of that with the Rustin Lord Breakfast, but the Rustin Lord Breakfast, when you look at the expo part, is mostly for the nonprofits, the community organizations, and you sprinkle in a little entrepreneurial and a little creative, but the majority of the people on the expo side is mostly from the nonprofits and the community-based side. With Stonewall Soul is strictly creative, the performing arts, the visual arts, the literary arts, and the entrepreneurial side of our community, and that's what makes it so beautiful. And the fact that it's actually at an art center is also wonderful and beautiful as well, because it's more intimate, it's more quaint, and it's just very lovely and stuff like that. So that's what I really love about Stonewall Soul and how beautiful it is set up and stuff. Steph, tell us a little bit about your inspiration and what actually inspired you to actually be a part of Stonewall Soul?
Well, Rochelle Darlene Hudson for one. But I want to say first that you did a very good sort of summary and kind of contrast between the two events, Stonewall Soul and the Western Lord Breakfast, which I hadn't really thought about. So yeah, thank you for that. This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stonewall Soul, it's kind of to me like a continuation of the even though it's in recognition of that rebellion that happened in Stonewall in the 70s, and especially the trans community who often get overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's to me more a continuation of the Harlem Renaissance, and that, as you say, it presents the arts. We are able to showcase the talents of the community, and of course, we always have a political message too. But that's not as emphasized so much as the creativity of the community and the continuation, I think, you know, of the arts. And some of it, it's the arts for art's sake, but also the arts as a way of protest, as a way of expressing what's going on in our lives, in the lives of Black people, Black queer people especially. So yeah, so it wasn't, it was kind of easy to get behind it, and then also to kind of think about the Harlem Renaissance piece, which we're going to talk a little bit more about, I'm sure. It was just an easy jump from was being done at the Rhetorical Riot, and you know uh, looking at it through the lens of the Harlem Renaissance.
I'm glad you all brought that up. Let's go ahead and get into this piece because I think a lot of people really fail to forget that during the Harlem Renaissance, LGBTQ people of color was really able, that was like really one of the first aspects of LGBTQ plus people really being able to shine, even though we wasn't able to be publicly out like many of us wanted to. And we still had to deal with that struggle and also still dealing with the struggle of even just being Black. But how the Harlem Renaissance was really that catalyst to kind of bridge all aspects of the Black diaspora together as it relates to our creativity, our artistry, and stuff like that. So that's why this Stonewall Soul piece is very, very important throughout during Pride Month. So let's go ahead and continue to talk about what can people expect on June 27th. Either one of you all can start.
Darlene, do you want to pick that
No,
up?
go ahead, Steph.
Oh, okay. So once again, there's going to be the art piece. We're going to have 2 or 3 like print artists who are going to be presenting, and they will also be selling their art as well. And Darlene can talk a little bit more about who one of the artists is. Nayland, Nayland Mitchell, who is a fantastic artist here in Atlanta. He's got an emergency. He's had to pull out. We are still going to showcase him because, we want people to know that they can find him online. But there's another person who'll probably come in his stead, who he's recommending. And then Darlene can speak to her, a good friend of hers who is an artist and going to be a photographer, I understand, for the event too. She's multi-talented, yeah. So that aspect's going to be there. We're going to have poetry, and we're going to have poetry from that era of the Harlem Renaissance era, some of the poems of Langston Hughes, Claude McKay, and but also the people doing the poetry are going to do some of their own stuff, some contemporary stuff too. So that's going to be there. Now, what's going to be a little new and different, and I'm excited about as well. I mean, I'm excited about all of it, is that Onyx Keisha,
Mm.
yeah, of the Healing Stage Collective. And but Darlene and I, we just follow her wherever she goes, wherever she's got to play. We just tell everybody, you got to come on, you got to see, she's doing fantastic work, really preserving, the theater, Black theater So, she's done The Color Purple. She's done
The Color Girls Only,
yeah. And what we see, Fences. Yeah. So she's bringing that
Raisin in the
to us.
Sun.
Yeah, and she's
Wow.
doing a fantastic job. So she's coming on doing a skits about the Harlem Renaissance. So she did, a whole casting call and everything to put this together. So that's going to be different. And I don't know, maybe, Darlene, it might be a feature of future Stonewall Souls.
I
Yeah,
can see it. I can see it in the long view. I said, now,
yeah.
if this
And
could turn into just a production, if we could really, the whole, all of it just becomes
well,
a production within itself, which is it's
it
shaping to
is.
be
It is a
just that. It's
production.
shaping to be just that. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
I did, I'm sorry. No, I did just wanted to add though that Tracy McDaniel is going to do a very important piece and a tribute. Tracy was fantastic last year. I'm sure
Oh,
for you.
Tracy was
Yeah.
the bomb last
Yeah,
year.
wasn't she off the chain? I
Tracy,
told them.
she brought it. She really did. So, she's going to actually do a special tribute to Sylvia Rivera
Mhm.
from Stonewall Rebellion, who probably is lesser known, at least in like our community, than Marsha Johnson,
Mhm.
who's just beginning to get her props. But Sylvia is kind of the lesser known. So we think it's important to highlight and that this was a multiracial, um, and Marsha and Sylvia were good friends.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Best friends.
yeah, they were good friends, and they were trans activists and advocates, and they did that work together too. So yeah, we are looking forward to Tracy's tribute to Sylvia, and because of course we always want to acknowledge the importance of that Stonewall event in our history, in queer
Yeah, and if
history,
I
but
can, I'm
American
sorry.
history, really. Go ahead, darling.
Mhm.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, Steph. I'd be trying to wait for my cue.
Well, you're cute. You go ahead. Go ahead.
I do want to double back and talk about the visual artist. As Stephanie indicated, Nayland is not able to attend, but we're going to, still provide some screenshots of his work because it is such, I think it's some of the most colorful and most beautiful art. And what I like about it is he's able to take old black and white photos, the ones that you used to have to shake, um, and he creates them from family scenes. So when you see that dude in the blue suit sitting at the bar, that's really like an uncle and his best friend or something like that. So I really like that about, so his art begins to kind of tell a story of his family as well as others, I understand. The other person who will be there will be a good friend of mine that's trying to find her place in this Atlanta, Georgia.
Art
Is
scene.
Crystal Fitzpatrick Terry. Now, she has some interesting art that deals mostly in texture and color. And I just find it so fascinating. I walked into a church in Chicago, and her art was all around the wall, and it stood out so profoundly. But she uses texture and does different things. And so I'm excited to see. And Miko, in the beginning, everybody gets their start. Well, some people get their start through, even when I was with ITLA, I encouraged people who wanted to begin and get started. So this will be Crystal's first soft launch here in the metro area down in East Point at Art Exchange. So I'm excited to see her. Now, and she will also be doing some photography work. Crystal has been a photographer for years, and she just kind of laid it to the side. And I said, why don't you just come and shoot a few shots for us? And so she agreed. And so that'll be, again, the engagement piece. People can come and be a part of these events, the breakfast as well as Stonewall Soul, and get some exposure and begin to develop as artists and as organizers. That's one of our core beliefs is that, this is a training area for you. No better than to get your feet wet planning. Just
Mhm.
come on and try to do some planning. Learn something about it. Everybody want to be in the spotlight. Everybody want to be the CEO. Everybody want to be. But now, who up this morning at 10 o'clock doing an interview?
That part.
Who up?
Who doing the
Who
real work?
who up at 1 o'clock in the morning like Tim and sending out text?
Hmm.
Who really not?
Really.
Better, but you better think about it. But the field is wide open. I'm all about moving on, not moving on, but expanding and allowing the people to come on. As a matter of fact, we have a board meeting today. As a matter of fact, it's not too far from now, but yeah, we're growing, and I think we're growing in the right direction. I just pray that the Lord, gives me the insight and the wisdom to know how to take steps too, because it's a journey.
It
It's
is
a
a journey.
journey.
I want to also commend this. What's going to make this year's Stonewall so really, really impactful is the fact that not only will we have Tracy McDaniel co-hosting, but we also have our new LGBTQ representative from the city of Atlanta.
That's
We
right.
have Dwayne Queen that's going to
Correct.
be hosting this time, and I mean that's really going to really set it off with the fact that he's our newest LGBTQ liaison representing the city of Atlanta and stuff with his new position and title with the city. So that's going to be very, very, very awesome to see him on stage and welcoming
And
everybody.
he's quite a bit of an actor himself.
Yes,
That's
I've
he
seen him
is.
in
right.
He's an
action.
artist
Yes.
himself.
We've
Yes,
seen
he is.
that's what drew. That's what
That's
Stephanie will tell you. That's what drew it brought about his name was seeing him in one of Onyx Keisha's
right.
performances of
Yes.
Raising in the Sun. And
Uh-huh.
he was
He
he was
he
oh,
was
he was just
dynamic.
I
He
was like,
was really, yeah, he did.
look
And
at
so,
him, would you?
yeah, so he's going to co-host and he will probably read a poem. One of the Renaissance from one of the Renaissance poets, and Tim in West, you mentioned his name. He's also expected to be there and to recite some of his own poetry. Hopefully, we get him to also recite one of the Renaissance poems. And we are hoping that Theresa Davis from the Arts Exchange, and also well-known poet, and has won many accolades for her poetry and spoken word. Very talented woman, that she will also be there. I want to mention that there are going to be two new talents, both singers who are allies actually to the community, to the LGBTQ community. A songstress, jazz singer here in Metro Atlanta, but she's world known, and her name is Tommy, Tomi, Tommy Berry. And I've not had the opportunity to hear her, and but she will be performing for us, and so I'm really, really looking forward to hearing her. She's quite well known, and she's quite popular, and for the people who do know her. And Faith Diamond is a young talent, and she does poetry, spoken word, and she sings, and so she comes highly recommended as well. So we are in for some, a treat. Yeah.
And let me say this before it ends. And you all know, Cute Cocktails is going to be there. So bring some fun. And this is a fundraiser to support the breakfast, the Rustin Lloyd breakfast. So we just want people to come out, enjoy, enlighten, have a good time, engage with each other, network. It's that kind of event. And we're not charging you to come in, but we're asking people to please set aside some funds to make a good donation so we can leave out of there knowing that we did good business. That's one thing about the breakfast. At the end, we're able to pay our bills, and we always do not only good breakfast, but we do good business with people. Nobody can say that the Breakfast Southern Unity has never not paid. If we not come through with what, now I might be kind of tight with it, but
come through now. Come on through.
shave some now sometimes.
This is a great way to end the show, you all. For those people who are interested in supporting not just Stonewall Soul or the Rustin Lord Breakfast, but the Southern Unity movement as a whole, please do not forget to go to their website at www.southernunity.org. All of that information should be located at the bottom of the screen, as well as that is the official website where you can go and RSVP for Stonewall Soul, because even though, like I said, it is free admission, space is limited. So please RSVP so that we can make sure that we have a good count of how many people that's going to be there. Of course, yours truly, we're going to be there as the official videographers and media outlet to actually document Stonewall Soul and stuff. And we cannot wait for their feature cover story that they're going to actually, Southern Unity is going to actually kick off the launch of our newest magazine for our nonprofit History of Black Gay America. Karithi magazine is the title. And we're so excited about that. We had to kind of change the launch date and stuff because so much is happening during Pride Month and stuff. So we're going to be able to do that. We're going to try to push for July 1st. So either around about the 4th of July or in the month of July. So please stay tuned for that. Darlene, Steph, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'm grateful to the creator of the Omniverse for your existence and for your contribution to our community and stuff. And looking forward to seeing you all once again, Saturday, June the 27th in East Point, Georgia at the Art Exchange. Be sure, be there. Do not miss it. Any final words before we leave?
Everybody's welcome, intergenerational, interracial, allies. This is a community event. Come out and enjoy.
Steph?
I can't say much more. I think we just look forward to seeing everyone and having a good time. Absolutely.
Likewise. And to our viewing audience, do not forget, follow us on all our social media outlets, as well as Southern Unity Movement's social media outlets as well, to stay tuned with what's going on with Stonewall Soul and any other events they have in the upcoming future. Until our next episode, you all, happy Pride once again. And we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you real soon. Take care.
The two-part premiere publication of the world's first LGBTQ exclusive talent agency is now available. Get yours now and happy Pride!